The atmosphere at Incheon airport suddenly changed when news spread that Park Jimin of BTS was departing for Paris to attend the Dior Spring/Summer 2026 show at Paris Fashion Week. As always, his presence drew attention not only from fans but also from journalists, photographers, and travelers who happened to be there. What made this moment stand out was Jimin's strikingly natural look. No hat, no mask, no accessories to shield his face. Wearing a simple white shirt left slightly unbuttoned at the chest, paired with classic black trousers and leather shoes, he exuded a confident, mature charisma that immediately captivated the crowd. Photographers rushed to capture the perfect angle while reporters called out his name from all directions. "Jimin!" echoed through the terminal as fans cheered and even shed tears of joy. Within minutes, hashtags like #JiminAtIncheon and #JiminPFW shot up to the top of global trends. The simplicity of his airport fashion became the talk of the town. Fashion editors described it as effortless luxury, a perfect example of how Jimin never needs flashy outfits to look high-end. The undone buttons drew special attention, sparking headlines that labeled him "Sexy Jimin." Some commentators compared his look to French chic, foreshadowing the destination of his trip. International media picked up the story quickly, with one French outlet writing, "Jimin proves again why Dior chose him as their global ambassador. His presence alone redefines modern masculinity." On TikTok, edits of his airport clips with captions like "One undone button, a million broken hearts" garnered millions of views in just hours. While his plane soared toward Paris, anticipation among global fans only grew. Army groups across Europe began planning to greet him, while Korean media published article after article dissecting his every gesture. The way he waved, his subtle smile, and the gaze fans dubbed "melting eyes." This trip was more than just another overseas schedule. It marked Jimin's first major public appearance at an international fashion event since completing his military service. Expectations skyrocketed as fans and critics alike wondered how he would present himself. More mature, more confident, yet still radiating the unique charm that has always set him apart. When Jimin finally landed at Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris, the scene was nothing short of electrifying. Hundreds of fans had been waiting since dawn with banners reading, "Welcome back Angel Jimin" and "Jimin for Dior." Their cheers filled the air, joined by journalists who shouted his name in a mix of Korean, English, and even French. Some reporters couldn't help themselves and yelled compliments like, "Jimin, you look so sexy." The idol's response was disarmingly warm. He smiled, waved, and said casually, "It's been a while." That short line struck deep with fans who had missed him dearly, making them feel as though he was acknowledging the shared longing of the past 2 years. Then came the big day. Dior Spring/Summer 2026 at Paris Fashion Week. Jimin arrived in a sleek Dior suit, the perfect combination of modern tailoring and understated elegance. The red carpet buzzed as cameras flashed non-stop, journalists clamoring to get a reaction from him. Once again, shouts of "Jimin" filled the air, some reporters even blurting out, "You look so sexy tonight." His polite smile and nod of acknowledgement quickly went viral on TikTok and X, with captions like, "Even the press can't resist Jimin." Taking his seat in the front row among global celebrities confirmed his place not only as a K-pop superstar but as a fashion icon recognized worldwide. International media wasted no time. Korean outlets hailed his return with headlines like, "Angel Jimin returns to Paris Fashion Week," while Western fashion sites declared, "The buttons that broke the internet, Jimin at Dior SS26." The nickname Angel Jimin trended once more, a reminder of his ethereal aura that blends softness with magnetism. Analysts pointed out that his presence symbolized something larger, a transition from idol to global cultural figure. On social media, the reaction was explosive. Every video of Jimin, from Incheon airport to Paris to the Dior show, garnered millions of views within hours. TikTok clips of him adjusting his shirt in slow motion were captioned, "He doesn't even try, yet he kills us all." Meanwhile on X, Hashtags like #AngelJimin, #SexyJimin, and #JiminForDior trended simultaneously across more than 40 countries. Fans shared heartfelt messages. "Seeing Jimin smile again gives me strength for the whole week, and he shines brighter than Dior's runway lights." Observers noted that this wasn't just another celebrity appearance. It was Jimin's symbolic reintroduction to the global stage after military service, showcasing a newfound maturity and confidence. Dior, too, capitalized on the moment by highlighting their ambassador's immense influence. Analysts reported that Jimin's attendance generated massive media impact value, equivalent to millions in global advertising. Items similar to his airport look quickly sold out online, a phenomenon fans dubbed the Jimin effect. In the end, what lingered most was his smile. Beyond the headlines, beyond the hashtags, Jimin's warm expression reminded fans of why they loved him in the first place. One viral fan post summed it up perfectly. "Seeing Jimin smile today feels like the world is healing. That's the power of our angel." With Dior SS26 marking his powerful return to international spotlight, Jimin not only reaffirmed his status as a K-pop star, but also solidified his place as an irreplaceable global icon. The fashion world and millions of fans now wait eagerly to see what he will do next. In the days following the Dior show, Jimin's influence continued to reverberate across both the fashion industry and the entertainment world. Clips of his interactions with fans and reporters remained in circulation, drawing in not only ARMY but also casual viewers who were charmed by his charisma. Fashion critics, in their post-show analyses, noted that while Dior presented a strong collection on the runway, it was Jimin who stole much of the attention and generated the most media coverage. One article from a leading US fashion magazine stated, "When Jimin walks into a room, the air changes. He embodies Dior's vision of modern elegance, and his presence has elevated the brand's reach beyond traditional markets." French journalists, too, commented on his approachable manner. Despite being a global superstar, he engaged with the press and waved at fans in a way that felt personal rather than staged. This duality of being both an untouchable icon and an accessible, kind figure is what analysts say makes Jimin unique. In the competitive world of luxury branding, where many ambassadors remain distant, Jimin's warmth stands out and resonates. Dior's investment in him as a face of the house has already proven invaluable, with measurable spikes in online traffic, search interest, and sales directly linked to his appearances. Social media platforms remain flooded with edits, fan art, and commentary. A viral TikTok trend emerged where fans replicated his unbuttoned white shirt look, using the soundbite of reporters shouting "Jimin ah" as background audio. On Instagram, fashion influencers shared side-by-side photos comparing their outfits with Jimin's, tagging Dior in hopes of catching the brand's attention. The crossover between music fandom and fashion community created a cultural moment that extended well beyond the event itself. Back in South Korea, K-media reflected on the significance of the event. Commentators described his Paris Fashion Week appearance as not just a professional engagement, but also an emotional return for fans who had been waiting through his military service. Headlines emphasized his new maturity, calling him the Jimin who returned stronger, brighter, and more confident than ever. Meanwhile, fans who attended the Dior show in Paris recounted their experiences online. Some described how emotional it was to see him in person again, noting that his presence felt even more powerful after his hiatus. Others emphasized how respectful and kind he was, greeting as many fans as possible despite the overwhelming media attention. The global entertainment press also began speculating about Jimin's next moves. Would this renewed spotlight signal the beginning of a solo album era post-military service? Would he continue expanding into fashion collaborations? Industry insiders hinted that major announcements might be on the horizon, with Dior rumored to be planning a special campaign centered entirely around him. Yet, for ARMY, the focus remained simple. Jimin was back, smiling, shining, and sharing his energy with the world once again. One viral fan message summarized the collective sentiment perfectly. The world feels lighter when Jimin is around. His presence